this is a little bit from research and a little bit from my own experience,
Mhm.
and it goes to like why I do this podcast at all. Um, when and so it's about gratitude and giving gratitude to people and thanking people. If there's three people in a room, um, person A is the person giving thanks to someone, person B is the person receiving their thanks, and person C is witnessing it.
Yeah.
Do you realize that person C gets the biggest payoff out of that interaction? So this is measurable. This is in neuroscience research to do with
Mhm.
emotions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Person A. So if I thank you for your time, I feel pretty
Mhm.
good. Like I might
Mhm.
get a boost of, like, let's call it 20 points. I get a
Yeah.
20-point boost. You being thanked, you get about
Mhm.
5 points,
Mhm.
right? Five. You don't get much at all for me thanking you, but
Yeah.
the person watching me thank you gets about 100 points boost. It is the craziest thing,
Wow. I wonder why.
right? Oh, I
Yeah.
think if you get into evolutionary biology, I think there's a whole lot of social dynamics there, and really this is a lot of this is oxytocin based research, which is that social bonding chemical. But
Mhm.
oxytocin is also heavily implicated in trust, in
Mhm.
who can I trust. And so
Mhm.
if I'm watching an interaction
Mhm.
and I get this big release of oxytocin because I've watched two people thanking each other and having a really wholesome interaction, I
Mhm.
trust them more. I trust the world more. I feel
Mhm.
safe in myself, and
Mhm.
I think that's probably why the bystander gets such a big effect.
Yeah.
Um, and so I started testing this out in my own life because
Mhm.
I'm a scientist and you got to do research.
You
So
do.
I would go into cafes and buy people coffee.
Yeah.
And this one afternoon, fairly rich part of Perth, I pulled over for a coffee, and I've gone to race in, and these two old ladies, really sweet old ladies, they held the door open for me, and I made a joke. I go, "Oh, thank you so much." And they go, "Well, you're moving a lot quicker than us." And I go, "Well, there's that." So I got to the counter and I said, "Hey, these two ladies, I want my long macchiato, topped up, classic Perth coffee for a middle-aged guy. It's
Yeah.
just a lot of coffee and milk." I said,
Mhm.
I'll have one of these to go, please." And um, I'm guessing these two ladies coming in, they're locals. I'd like to pay for their coffee and whatever they get. And so the guy goes, "Yeah, awesome. That's a really nice thing to do." So I feel good that I've done something good, but I know that by the time I get back in my car, something else is going to grab my attention, and that the feeling that I get from it is going to go. But
Yeah.
that's not why I do it.
No.
Um, it then started this really fun interaction that the old ladies looked at me and go, "Aren't you beautiful? Well, we're also going to we're getting cake because you paid for our coffee. Can we buy you a slice of cake?" And I said, "No, thanks. I've had plenty of cake in my lifetime. Really don't need more." They laughed, gets a chuckle. So then the cafe owner decides to get in on it. He's like, "Oh, well, I want to be part of this. Ladies, cake's on the house." And they're like, "Oh my God, this is the best day ever. We get free coffee and cake, and we're just doing what we do every afternoon." So they cackled with laughter, and they were an absolute delight to chat with. It turned out the cafe owner knew who I was, that he was a member of a gym over the other side of the city, and had
Mhm.
followed me for about 7 or 8 years in powerlifting. So it was
Mhm.
really cool that he got the payoff of actually finding out my online persona and my real life persona do match. He's like, "This is awesome." But then what we noticed was that there was a mother and daughter waiting for their coffee orders, and the mother was crying. The daughter was close to trying. I think the daughter was like 16 or 17, last couple of years of high school.
Yeah.
So mum, late 30s, early 40s, and she's in tears. The daughter's almost in tears. And we're like, "Oh, wow.
Hundred.
Oh,
100 points.
so that had an effect." I'm going, "That's the 100 points."
Yeah.
There was so much for them. They just go, "This is amazing. This is amazing." And I'm like,
So good.
"Cool. Glad you enjoy."
I'm gonna. I'm gonna do that. That's fun.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the same with, I try to buy coffee for ambulance drivers as often as I
Mm.
see them in cafes, which isn't that often. Ambulance drivers more than once have saved my life. And so I'm just incredibly grateful that paramedics exist, and I like buying them coffee because
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever meet the two guys that saved my life. but I'll meet a lot of other paramedics, and they can benefit from the two guys that helped me. That one always gets tears from bystanders as well.
Yeah.
And so I figured there's all these people just wandering around having really beautiful days because a weird old dude bought coffee for a paramedic at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Changing the world, one coffee for a paramedic at a time.
There we
Very
go.
Good. Very good.
Coffee saved lives.
Coffee does.